the Intidhar, like Salman Farsi. Salman was in Persia. He had an Intidhar. He was in the monastery. He became a monk. He studied Christianity. Think about it. Salman, the Persian, the famous Persian, who was known by the Holy Prophet as Salman min Ahlul Bayt. Salman is like Ahlul Bayt. Salman, whose father was a pagan, was a fire worshipper. His father wanted to kill him. He runs away from his father. He is Intidhar. He's going towards this spirit. This Intidhar is in us. And Salman leaves his father, escapes, enters a monastery. 10 years. Intidhar. He studies the books. He says, something's lacking. I've done everything I need. I'm missing the point. It's not striking my love for the God that I want to worship. I don't see it here. And I'm not saying that some of them were, of course, Ahl al-Kitab, the real ones, the one who believed in oneness of Allah. But the Intidhar, the Prophet was already alive. He's already in Medina. He's feeling, he doesn't know the Prophet is there. He doesn't even know he exists. And then look at the destiny. وَهَيِّئْ لَنَا مِنْ أَمْرِنَا رَشَدًا. Make my decree good, O Allah. Salman must have prayed that. Must have. That Salman is taken to Medina as a slave. He's a prisoner working for the Bani Israel. And he's being whipped every day. 13 years. While the Prophet is suffering in Mecca, he's suffering in Medina. Okay? And he starts to hear from the grapevine, there is a man calling himself a prophet. And he's already agitated from that point, in the sense that he's eager to go and meet. They say he was on a tree and his owner was speaking that this prophet of the Muslims has come to Medina now. And now he has stationed himself in Medina. And they were talking about how unhappy they are of the presence of this man. Salman could not contain himself. He jumps from the tree, comes down and asks the owner. He says, he could not stop himself. The owner slaps him and says, go back to work. Salman finds a way that while he's given a chore to go and perform a duty as a slave, he detours in that chore. And he goes and he says, I reached a tent. He says, I saw light coming out of the tent. I entered the tent and I saw the face of the Holy Prophet. And he says, I reached my destiny. I reached it. That Intidhar. Is in us here today. For Imam Mahdi alayhi salatu wasalam is present. And I always used to wonder, how will the world know about Islam? How will Imam come? What is the situation? These tears, by the way, they come not as a show to anybody. It's when you have a realization, basic realization, I have a long way to improve myself. Just a basic realization that this world is illusionary. There is no stability but with Allah and His Messenger and His Ahlul Bayt. There is nothing. You own all the homes you want, own all the money you want, own all the children you have. It'll all go. The only value, Allah says, الْبَاقِيَاتُ الصَّالِحَاتُ خَيْرٌ عِنْدَ رَبِّكَ ثَوَابًا وَخَيْرٌ عَمَلًا. The best are your deeds. How am I going to hold on to these deeds if I don't hold on to the rope of Allah? My Imam